Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic: how progressive politics can actually outmaneuver conservative forces by better understanding and engaging with the public.
Yeah, it's all about creating a logical framework and communicating it effectively. Progressives, for example, tend to hold forums, discussions, and workshops to shape their ideas, right? They refine their arguments and present them in a way that the public can easily grasp.
Exactly. The key is creating something that resonates with the people. Once the public understands and supports it, they become an active force behind it. That's how progressives manage to defeat conservatives.
Right, and conservatives, while they might have their own strategies, often struggle to organize in a way that presents a clear, unified message. They focus more on top-down authority rather than gathering collective support, which limits their reach.
And let's not forget that the progressive side needs to tap into the power of the people. You can't just sit on your own strength. If you can't connect with the public and get their buy-in, you're never going to succeed.
Totally. The people have the real power, and that's what the progressives need to harness. You can't just aim for a 70% approval from the public. You need to ensure you have solid, logical reasoning that aligns with their concerns.
It's all about the balance. If you're too greedy, even a slight increase in your demands can backfire, right? It's like when you're negotiating a deal, pushing too hard will just make people defensive.
Exactly. If you approach it like that, the public will feel like they're being pushed into something they don't want, and that erodes trust. The goal should be to get 100% alignment by earning their support.
Absolutely. And when you have that support, you have the momentum to challenge the conservatives. It's not about defeating them outright. It's about making them see that their way doesn't have the same resonance with the public.
And that's where the gradual process comes in. You have to be patient, but you also need a clear plan. It could take about 3 years to solidify your position, but once you have that, you can adjust and strategize effectively.
3 years sounds like a long time, but it's a manageable pace for real change. And in politics, you need to be patient to build up that momentum. When the people start to believe in what you're doing, that's when you can achieve your goals.
So it's about the long-term vision. Once the progressive side can align its goals with the people's needs, they can start pushing for real change. But you also need the balance between progressive and conservative forces within the movement.
Definitely. You can't have one side completely dominate. Progressives need some conservative input, and conservatives need progressive ideas to stay relevant. It's this mix that ensures stability.
And this mixing can take place even within a progressive group. New ideas from younger generations can be vital, but they need to be balanced with older, more established ideas.
Exactly. It's not about completely rejecting tradition, but adapting it. And the integration of diverse voices, even from within the conservative camp, is essential for progress.
The key here is adaptability. The more progressive movement can show its willingness to adjust and negotiate while still keeping the core values intact, the more trust it will earn from the public.
Right. But if progressives start ignoring conservative viewpoints entirely, they risk alienating potential allies. That's why it's important to ensure that there's always a bit of both sides working together in a political strategy.
And that's how progressives can eventually win. By bringing together different factions of society, they can push for policies that have the backing of a majority, while also ensuring that no one feels completely excluded from the conversation.
Yeah, it's like a well-orchestrated team. Everyone has their role to play, but the game plan must be clear, and everyone must buy into it. Without that, even the best ideas fall apart.
Exactly. When everyone feels heard and represented, they become part of the solution. It's all about winning the people over with logic, understanding, and compromise.
So, at the end of the day, it's not about being stubborn with your ideas. It's about presenting them in a way that the public can see value in, even if it takes time to develop those ideas fully.
Absolutely. It's all about patience and strategy. Progressives must engage with the people, understand their concerns, and create policies that feel inclusive, not just beneficial to one group or another.
And as we've discussed, once you've got that buy-in, everything else becomes easier. People will support you, and in turn, the conservative forces will have no choice but to adjust.
And that's the real secret, ensuring that your ideas are both logical and acceptable to the majority. Once that happens, the road to political success becomes a lot clearer.
So, if progressives want to succeed, they need to keep their focus on the long game, gather public support, and maintain a balanced approach. The next few years will be key.
Exactly. Let's see how it all unfolds, but one thing's for sure, this strategy is the way forward.